Hey gang, it's your boy Platt, back with another Spirit Series video. We're getting toward the end of the Spirit Series. We've covered all the major spirit types: vodka, rum, gin, scotch, tequila, etc. The next few videos are going to be over kind of the other category. These videos we're going to talk about not necessarily what comes off the still, the spirit that comes off the still, but what gets added to that spirit. Though that's going to be the bigger player in these next few videos. Today we're going to concentrate on liqueurs, spelled L-I-Q-U-E-U-R. I'll go over later why that spelling makes a little bit of a difference. Real quick, I'll read you the kind of broad definition. Liqueurs are alcoholic drinks composed of distilled spirits. That's an important term. We're not talking about your White Claws or your Smirnoff Ices or malt beverages or whatever. These drinks, these spirits, whatever you want to call them, the next few weeks, have a base with a distilled spirit. So let's keep that in mind. Composed of distilled spirits and additional flavorings such as sugars, fruit, herbs, spices, etc. Again, this is kind of a catch-all category because we kind of use any distilled spirit, we kind of use any flavoring to kind of bring them together, so it's a very broad category. Here in North America, we kind of use the terms cordial and schnapps interchangeably with liqueurs. Here, like I said, here in North America, that's not a big deal. Other parts of the world, though, use those terms a little differently, so I want to bring that up. In the UK, they will use the term cordial to refer to flavored syrups, like a grenadine or something. As a bartender, a lot of times I've had people ask me for lime cordial. They're from the UK. What they're referring to is roses limes, not a lime flavored schnapps or lime flavored liqueur. It's the roses lime juice that gets used in a lot of bars here in the US. Germany and Scandinavia, the term schnapps has a different meaning than here. Over there, schnapps are really more like fruit brandies. There's no additional sugar or flavoring added to it. Like you wanted a peach schnapps over there, you would ferment peach juice, then distill it, and that's it. That's a peach schnapps over there. Here in the U.S., you make peach schnapps, vodka, macerate some peaches, throw some sugars in there, voila, you have it. Speaking about making liqueurs, if you're interested about making liqueurs, check out my videos on making liqueurs. I have a whole series. We make homemade peach schnapps, peppermint schnapps, root beer schnapps, Baileys, etc. So, a little plug for those. Next, I want to talk about the difference between liqueurs, L-I-Q-U-E-U-R, and then liquor, L-I-Q-U-O-R. The O-R sounds more like an E-R, and it's the same way we would spell liquor stores, and that's a good way to think about it. Liquor is referring to vodka, rum, gin, scotch. You get base spirits that really have no other additions, except maybe some flavoring like flavored vodkas, flavored rums, or whatever. But there's no additional sweeteners in there. Where liqueurs have the additional sweeteners, that's what makes them unique, is that additional sweetening, whether it be sugar, dextrose, what have you. Liqueurs tend to be lower in spirits, or lower in ABV. You know, vodka, rum, gin, all those are 80 proof or up generally. Liqueurs tend to be below 80 proof. By law, they can be 80 proof or higher, and there's some examples. I think Cointreau is one I can think of off the top of my head. But for the most part, they're lower ABV with a lot of sweetness added to it. So that's the simplest way to think about that. I'm going to go ahead and read the TTB's definition. TTB is the governing body for alcoholic beverages here in the States. Liqueur is fruit spirit or flavored spirit product containing not less than 2.5% by weight sugar, dextrose, levulose, or a combination thereof, made by mixing or redistilling any class or type of spirit with or over fruits, flowers, plants, or pure juices, They're from or other natural flavoring materials. Remember that term from our flavored vodka video. Oh, flavoring materials or with extracts produced from maceration, percolation, etc. Again, basically what they're saying is any type of spirit, vodka, rum, gin, what have you, along with any kind of flavoring, herbs, roots, fruits, what have you, that has at least 2.5% by weight sugar, dextrose, some kind of sweetener. So you can see this is a really broad category, and you can see the TTB likes to write really wordy definitions. Examples of these are amaretto, triple sec, Bailey's, Sambuca. I can go on and on and on, but I think you get the point there. They can be produced, like I said, with any base spirit. A good example is Bailey's has a base of Irish whiskey. But for the most part, they will use a neutral grain spirit. The reality is you don't need flavor from the spirit because it's going to get masked by the sugar and water flavoring agent, so it kind of is almost pointless to use, you know, a good, let's say a good rum or a whiskey or what have you, because you're just going to cover it up with sugar or whatever. But like I said, you can use anything. Liqueurs are usually drunk either neat as shots or on the rocks, but they play a real important role in cocktails. Usually they are the secondary spirit in a cocktail, or they provide additional sweetness or some additional flavor. A good example of this is the classic margarita. Tequila is the predominant spirit and is, you know, the kind of predominant flavor in a roundabout way. But the secondary spirits, usually triple sec or some other orange liqueur, be it Cointreau or Grand Marnier. And if you think about a classic, really good margarita, you use fresh lime juice. There's a lot of sour there, so the sweetness balances that out. The bite of a tequila is balanced out with the orange flavor. Just triple sec's real, or orange liqueur in general, whichever one you use in a margarita, real important player and is a must-have into making a good margarita. Besides their importance in the cocktail world, they're also, liqueurs are highly valuable in the culinary world, especially in desserts. I know I think of Bailey's being used a ton of desserts, especially making like a mousse or something like that. Grand Marnier is probably the classic example in a lot of classic dishes, certain French dishes. Grand Marnier is used quite a bit by chefs. The particular liqueur we're going to try today is Fennelly's Mint Chocolate Cream Liqueur. Comes in at 34 proof or 17% alcohol by volume. That's kind of why I always say that liqueurs are kind of dangerous, because they're so sweet, they're lower in ABV. You can have one, have two, hey, no big deal, life's good, we're having fun. But come shot 8 or 9, that's when it really sneaks up on you. So remember, these do have alcohol. They may not, you know, have a high proof as vodka or rum or whatever, but they still have alcohol. Just watch your consumption on those. Real quick about the history, before we give this a try, real quick on the history of liqueurs. They were preceded and came from herbal medicines, and it kind of makes sense. We talked about in several of the spirit videos the medicinal uses for a lot of these spirits when they were first created. You'd think about herbs and roots and spices. They were always used for medicinal purposes, so it just made, you know, sense to put the two together, add a little sugar to make it more palatable going down, and voila, years and years later we have Fireball. So let's give this a try. Alright. Looks like chocolate mint, or looks like chocolate milk. Smells like a peppermint patty. Let's give her a shot. Oh my, that's good. That needs to be poured over ice cream. That's what that, on my culinary purposes, I'd love a big scoop of vanilla ice cream and just pour that over. Throw it in a blender on a milkshake. Voila. Really sweet. Just the slightest hint of alcohol. It's in there. I can tell this is not regular chocolate milk, but just the slightest hint. A lot of sweetness, a lot of flavor. Like I said, really good, really sweet. Probably if I drink the whole bottle, my head would be spinning in the morning. But right now, this is pretty good. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Well, until next time, bottoms up.